Hello, my name is Chimbatane, and this is my 100 books in a 1 year challenge. I'm going to review my last 5 books and give you recommendations on which 2 I think you should read. If this is your first time watching my channel and watching the series is about my 100 books, and every 5 books I give you the top 2 that I think you should read and give you a quick review of them so you can know out if you should go read it yourself. Now with that said, let's jump into the book. So the last 5 books I read are The Grace Unyielding, The Power of Habit, No BS Time Management, The Black Tax, Playing to Win, Strategy That Really Works. I'm excited to share my thoughts, and the first book I'm going to jump into is The Black Tax. And now The Black Tax, that's a book about Black economics and how slavery and other issues have affected the Black population. And it really breaks down into numbers, the actual amount of economic value that was taken away from slaves, and learning, like putting dollar amounts to exactly what was extracted from the action of slavery. Then it goes into sharecropping, about exactly what that means, the separation between value created and value received. And I think that's important to actually put real numbers to what occurred, because that can help our process of healing and recovering from these issues that have affected Blacks all around the world, in America, but also all around the world. So I think that's super important. Now we even touched upon things that I had no idea about regarding Black teachers and Black schools, and how that was implemented, and how after integration happened, a lot of Black teachers lost their jobs, and the economic value of that, and how amazing job they were doing versus what happened after integration, and how that led to the downfall in many ways of Black education. So I think that was really impactful and insightful for me, and I'm very grateful for Shawn Rochester for taking the time out to write this out and put things together. Now it goes into other things, such as how exactly dollars are circulated, the wealth that is kept by the Black community versus the white community, and it gets very granular in the types of details to understand the magnitude of the issue. And you can't really solve a problem without understanding the magnitude of the problem, because the solution has to be bigger than the problem, right? So this book was a great guide in order to understanding the magnitude of the problem so we can craft solutions. So this book gets one of my rare 5 out of 5s. It has 5 out of 5. I think you should read it. It's an eye-opener. It opens so many things in my eyes, and I think it can do the same for you. So I definitely recommend that you go out and read this book. On to my next review, No BS Time Management. That's another book full of gems. I mean, I can't lie. I sometimes procrastinate, right? I sometimes procrastinate getting things done, and I do things that kind of kill my productivity. And I wanted to improve that, because as you get efficient, right? I believe not only capital has compound effects, but productivity has compound effect. So if I'm doing things that are unproductive, I'm losing an exponential amount of value that I could create, right? So I wanted to figure out what to do and how to get better at that. And thank you so much for Ian Dunlap for this recommendation. He recommended this book, so I read it, I loved it. So one of the things that I saw is really breaking out your schedule. And I do this, but I don't do it well enough, where you just focus on your work, right? You cut out all the notifications, all the emails, all the ability to call people to call you. And you're like, wow, what if a client calls and this and that? Believe me, I run a marketing advertising firm. My clients can tell you I'm super attentive. But I think when I start doing that, one, they understand that I am working on their stuff, right? I'm working on their stuff, and I'm able to create even better quality in a shorter amount of time. And that allows me to actually look more into other things we can go on and experiment with more with them, because once we get the core jobs done, we can look and see, okay, this is what you can do, and find other things. So I think it's even more impactful for your clients if you're worried about taking away time, your availability for them to reach out to you. It's going to be way more beneficial for them. You're actually helping them by blocking out time and not allowing anybody to interrupt you during those times. Because think about how much you have to switch between tasks when you get a notification, or it disrupts your flow. Like business is a lot about momentum, and growth is a lot about momentum. So don't let you be in a start type of framework. Allow yourself to block out time and go forward. So I highly recommend that book. Highly recommend that book. That book gets a 4.8 out of 5 from me. Great book, amazing book. My next review is The Grace of Yielding. And I think this was a great book. It's a Christian book. It was a great book, especially for the time and the place I was after reading The Black Tax, because as James Baldwin said, to be black and conscious in America is to be constantly angry, right? So reading that helped settle me down a bit in terms of seeing all the injustices that happen and remembering that it's hard with giving things to God. And I'm not talking about being pacifist and things like that, but I mean putting things in God's hands and really allowing even somebody, when they wrong you, to first take it to God and leave it there and then go from there. Maybe he'll tell you what to do, but to do that first. And that was a needed message for me, especially after reading that book, because learning about so many things that happen, especially in this day and age with George Floyd and Amy Cooper, it was really important for me to, I don't even know how to say it. It's really important to be able to make the right decisions, right? Make the right decisions. And I'm not going to tell anybody what to do, what not to do, but I know it guides me when I go to God and ask him for help. So that was good in ways to kind of settle me down and not be so angry or turn bitter. I don't want to turn bitter. That was my bonus review. Thank you for sticking to the end. Please read the description down below to get any of my other books that I read, to connect with me. And while you're down there, I would love if you hit the subscribe button, like this video, write a comment. I respond to comments, and give me some suggestions. Did you like any books? Did you like the review? Do you have any books that I should read? What did you think about what I've said? Have you read the book after seeing this? Let me know. I check my comments. I'm responding, and maybe in the future I can read out one of your recommendations and give a shout out to you for recommending it. So please do that. At the same time, please share this with any of your friends, and if you want to see any of the other books I reviewed, here's a link to a few books right there, left and up, to a few books that I've read. On this side are some business tips that I give. You can check out my business tips and learn more about that, all right? And also, if you ever want to set up a consultation with me, feel free to reach out to me, and me and my team will get back to you, and we can work out a consultation. So I hope you have an amazing day, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thank you.